Based on the best-selling Wattpad book, My Life with the Walter Boys follows Jackie Howard, a 15-year-old New Yorker who moves to Colorado after losing her parents and older sister Lucy in a tragic car accident to live with her mother's close friend Catherine Walter's family. Even though her uncle Richard resides in New York, her mother's will specified that she moves in with this family. Initially, she was overwhelmed by this large family.
Let's get you inside. We'll introduce you to
Both.
That consists out of 10 children, 7 sons, a daughter, along with their 2 cousins from their father George's side. Ultimately, she gets caught up in a love triangle between the brothers Alex and Cole, who already had sibling drama regarding Alex's former girlfriend Paige. Those who are quick to welcome her is the eldest brother Will, Nathan, along with Danny, who's Cole's fraternal twin. Attending the same school as them, she was able to befriend Skylar and Grace. It is also here where we learned that Cole is ultra popular and he was in a complicated relationship with Erin, a mean girl who was threatened by her arrival. But over the course of the season, they were able to warm up to each other. Cole has always been a star football player and he thought that he'll get a scholarship for his athletic abilities, but unfortunately he injured his leg. It then became apparent that he needed a new plan. His friend and teammate Dylan replaced him as he was no longer able to play, which created a very complicated dynamic between them. Jackie quickly connects with Alex, the nice guy, and their romance blossomed, all the while she had undeniable chemistry with Cole. Alex also has a childhood friend, Kylie, who shares the same interests as him. Nathan and Skylar eventually end up together, even after Skylar was originally turned off by him. Will worked in real estate, but he was facing career challenges, and he also had a fiance named Haley, whose parents were not too happy about the two of them getting married. Meanwhile, Danny also started to catch feelings for Erin while starring in a school play, which created a murky situation given her history with Cole. At some point, the Walters started to experience some financial difficulties. To avoid losing their ranch, Will came up with an idea and he reached out to Richard to try and see if he would invest in it. His father was also very excited to work with him on this project. At Will and Haley's wedding, Alex had a little bit too much to drink and he confessed his love to Jackie, who was taken aback by this and she did not say it back. And to make things worse, he also referred to Kylie as a dude, who seemed to be hurt by this comment because it seemed like she actually liked him more than a friend, you know. Earlier on in the season, Lucy's teapot broke in the Walter kitchen and this left Jackie devastated, as one can imagine. So Cole secretly repaired it and he never gave it to her after realizing that she was dating Alex. And only in the last episode does she discover the truth. In an effort to thank him for the kind gesture, they end up locking lips. This ultimately results in her running back to New York because the pressure was just too much for her to choose. And that is where we left things off in season 1. Now that we are all up to speed, I would like to take the time out to thank everybody who's new and who has subscribed. I appreciate you guys so much. Please do engage with me in the comment section. I would like to hear your opinions because they are valid for us just to have a sense of discourse, especially locally. I also did put up a poll on my community tab for you guys to vote on the types of content you guys are interested in so that I can create videos that are of interest to you. And do also share some of your suggestions in the comment section down below. I would gladly check it out. Please like and please do share. It's a two-way street and I see you guys watching over there on Netflix, so please let's just engage. With all that said, let's get into the current season. Season 2 picks up a couple of months later where Catherine is trying to convince Jackie to go live with them again, as she seems lonely due to her uncle always being away, and that is what her mother would have wanted. Finding herself back at Silverfalls, ready to confront her mess. Or is she?
Alex, about when I left.
Things have changed as Alex has had a major glow up since cowboy camp, as he's always surrounded by girls, while dealing with the hurt of her abrupt departure causes him to act cold towards her. And he frequently blows off Kylie, who eventually ends up with Dylan, which was a bit unusual and it seemed to rub Alex off the wrong way. And I did see some people speculate that maybe in future Kylie and Alex might get involved romantically. Jackie managed to get back on track, with Grace advising her to run for class president, going up against Paige, who was beyond mean to her, alluding to the fact that she does not belong. She also wanted to take on more responsibility with the family duties. Therefore, she signed up for the driver's ed class, and they had a dilemma of getting their school dance cancelled. And in an effort to try and save it, she suggested a fundraiser, which included selling some of her mother's designs, which was very hard for her to do given its sentimental value. Cole eventually gave in into becoming an assistant coach, and the tension between him and Dylan just grew because I feel like Dylan has a sense of inferiority complex towards Cole. He might feel like he's not as good as Cole used to be, and Cole on the other hand also felt like Dylan is missing up the opportunities he has to be able to play. So they had a bit of a back and forth. The transition from the Cole we used to know in season 1 to now, it's incredible. Apart from his backsliding at the dance, you can just see now he's trying to do better. And he was also looking for answers about his relationship with Jackie, who was not ready to confront that. Instead, she just wanted to try and ignore the situation, make it go away, which I feel like how Alex also decided to take his rodeo up a notch. So he eventually got a coach by the name of Blake, and they had a short stint. It was a bit like because of the age gap, and the townspeople were not happy about the developments that were happening on the Walter Ranch, to a point where some of their friends started to sign petitions to stop that development. And there was a bit of conflict between Will and his father because of this. People were not ready for the huge change. And the same can also be said for George. When Haley eventually returned, she did mention to Will that maybe his ideas were too big for the town. Maybe in the future, Will might leave Silverfalls and broaden his scope somewhere else, because he was devastated with how everything ended. Jackie and Alex eventually decided to get back together, but they decided to keep it a secret for some reason. But I know for a fact from Jackie's side why. We also had a love triangle between Nathan, Skylar, and Zach. I'm very disappointed with how that ended, and for it to be a get back at Skylar scheme. And also Danny and Aaron tried to keep their situation away from Cole, and eventually when Cole gave them his blessings, they also had to grow as individuals within that relationship. And honestly, the impact that Kylie also had on Dylan was very apparent. Him going up against his dad, and we kind of see the privilege that Dylan has that Kylie doesn't. She has a lot of responsibility. She works very hard. She provides. For me, it's always heartbreaking to see these type of situations. That was very touching. As for the cliffhanger at this point, I'm just like, Jackie, decide, man. We cannot go on like this, okay? Because at some point I started to feel like, you know what, Cole, do what's best for you. Can you try to move on? And obviously that's not how this will go. That is all that I have for today, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I know today's video was a bit different. Do let me know if you like this format more. If you checked it out, let me know. This was fun. I actually enjoyed this because I took a break from the whole thriller crime stuff. But anyways, yeah, this was refreshing. Do let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much if you're still watching up to this point. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and to recommend, and I will gladly check them out. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers for now.